Beacon Press Audio presents Celebrity Nation, How America Evolved into a Culture of Fans and Followers by Landon Y. Jones. This audiobook is narrated by Jean-François Montoya. Published by Beacon Press Audio 2023. Introduction. The Celebrity Industrial Complex. American culture is consumed by celebrity. How did this happen? What is it doing to us? Where will it take us? How will we free ourselves from it? None of those disquieting thoughts were in my mind when I went to work at a new magazine startup called People in 1974. We didn't even use the word celebrity then. People, we said, would write about both extraordinary people and ordinary people who did extraordinary things. So we did. People had launched in March 1974, guaranteeing advertisers we would sell 1 million copies a week, all on newsstands. But for 17 straight weeks, the magazine failed to achieve the 1 million copy promise even a single time. The cover subject choices in those months were hit or miss, and mostly misses. Martha Mitchell, John Paul Getty, George Wallace, Watergate Judge John J. Sirica, E. Howard Hunt, Pat Nixon, Henry Kissinger, Joan Kennedy. This was a magazine that seemed determined to impale itself on the cross of middle age and politics. We had not yet found the magic bullet of glamorous celebrity. Then came the 18th issue. On the cover was a grinning Telly Savalas, the star of the TV series Kojak, which had just unseated All in the Family as the #1 show on TV. He was bare-chested and shirtless, a look that appealed to women, many of whom wrote in demanding to see the rest of him. The combustion generated by a media exposure and a sexy star worked. People had its first million seller. Others would follow. It was 1974, the year of Watergate, and suddenly the tsunami of escapist jiggle shows like Charlie's Angels, Wonder Woman, and Three's Company were dominating television. These shows were so labeled by their critics because they featured actresses bouncing around without bras, and their fans wanted to find out more about what these actresses were like in reality. The television stars went on the cover, one after another, as did a plethora of other famous faces. By October 1975, the magazine was averaging 1 million copies a week on newsstands, and by 1980, the weekly circulation was 2.5 million copies. When John Lennon died, the issue with his photo on the cover sold 2.6 million copies. By this time, People had suddenly become the biggest success in publishing history and conclusively legitimized a new genre, celebrity journalism, a name that once sounded like a contradiction in terms. Celebrity was where the money was. And so, when I became the editor, I oversaw, in consecutive years, the anointment of Sean Connery, Tom Cruise, Patrick Swayze, Nick Nolte, Brad Pitt, Denzel Washington, and George Clooney as the sexiest man alive. I published a complete guide to the O.J. Simpson trial and photographs of a nearly naked Demi Moore. But meanwhile, something was awry. I used to attend focus groups to find out what People readers were interested in. As the panelists settled in, the moderator would typically warm up the group by throwing out an easy question. Who are your heroes? But then, one week at a focus group in Chicago, I noticed that the moderator no longer asked that question. Why don't you ask about heroes? I asked. Because they can't think of any, she said. They had no heroes? I was startled. How could that have happened? Societies need heroes and have sought them out since ancient times. Heroes are our founders and builders. A hero is a person, of any gender identity, of great deeds and great dreams, who takes great risks and endures sacrifices to lead others into the future. A hero's fame cannot be manufactured. It is hard-earned. Heroes give our society ballast and coherence. We can manufacture and distribute celebrities like any other consumer products, and did so on a weekly basis at People. But it is not possible to create a hero. Circumstances beyond our control create heroes. Celebrities require an audience. Heroes require an action. If authentic heroes attempt to reap the benefits of celebrity, there is peril. Witness Charles Lindbergh, who tried to parlay his success as an aviator into a political career. Heroism is the definition of show, don't tell. The more you tell of your heroics, the less heroic you seem, and maybe are. For most of history, celebrities and heroes have kept in their own lanes. We could tell one from the other. A celebrity can be defined as a person who is famous. We might ask of a celebrity to use their celebrity for a greater good, but we never ask an authentic hero to also sing, dance, act, and crowd into the spotlight. When they do, they tarnish a bit. Many of the celebrities I interviewed early in my career were using their fame to promote causes they saw as larger than themselves. Black nationalism, Malcolm X, pediatric AIDS, Elizabeth Taylor, and breast cancer research, Princess Diana. This unobserved contest between celebrity and heroics is a central thread of the history I will tell here. It can be quickly stated as a variation of Gresham's law, which holds that legally undervalued currency will tend to drive legally overvalued currency out of circulation. In terms of fame, the overabundant cheap coins of celebrity have driven the limited supply of the truly heroic almost out of circulation. Celebrities are the people we like to talk about. Our preoccupation with romanticizing celebrity has led to a coarsening of American culture and an opportunity for reality stars like the Kardashians who specialize in defiant behavior that gets them talked about. Surveys indicate that people most interested in celebrity are least engaged in politics, least likely to protest, and least likely to vote. The boundaries between celebrities and heroes were culturally policed. Their common quality was fame, but we knew the difference. Celebrities were enjoyed, but heroes were venerated. The two were not antithetical. A celebrity could be a hero a celebrity. But we honored with awe our heroes, including the quiet ones in our midst. We still do. Think of Eugene Goodman, the Capitol Police officer who diverted the rioters from the United States Senate chamber on January 6, 2021. And Maria Ressa, the young Filipino-American journalist who won the Nobel Peace Prize. Or Greta Thunberg, the Swedish teenage climate activist who was Time's 2019 Person of the Year, an accolade first given to Charles Lindbergh in 1927. If we are to encourage heroes and allow them to exert their proper and inspiring influence, we must reckon with our preoccupation with celebrity and acknowledge how it affects us both as a society and individually. The Oxford English Dictionary gives its first definition of celebrate as due observance of rites and ceremonies, pomp, solemnity. Hence, Catholics celebrate their Mass and the priest is the celebrant at communion. At heart, a celebrant provides a bridge between our workday world and something beyond it, something spiritual. People once looked to priests to do that. More recently, they have turned to celebrities to do the same, to fill them with a kind of reverence. The problem is that what makes someone a celebrity is media exposure of their personal as well as their public lives, not their achievements. As Daniel Boorstin memorably put it in The Image, written back in 1961, the celebrity is a person known for their well-knownness. We're looking at you, Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton. Celebrity is complicated. If we define celebrity as a noun meaning a person who is famous or known for their well-knownness, that's only half of the story. It is static. Either you are a celebrity or you are not. There is a bright line separating celebrities from the rest of us. In the last few decades, however, with the arrival of social media, celebrities have moved to the center of their own virtual communities, fueled by social media, and more fans have become micro-celebrities and, in the current argot, niche internet micro-celebrities, or acronymically NIMCELs. Cultural historians Alice Marwick and Dana Boyd argue that celebrity has become a verb, an organic and ever-changing performative practice, a set of circulated strategies and practices that place fame on a continuum rather than as a bright line that separates individuals. The primary value placed on modern celebrities by their fans on social media is the appearance of accessibility and intimacy. In fact, a study at the University of San Diego found that, as the COVID-19 pandemic and social distancing dragged on into the 2020s, people maintained their real-life friendships but felt closer to the celebrities they liked and followed. Could we possibly care more about the Kardashians than we care about our neighbors? In 2000, Robert D. Putnam's Bowling Alone, The Collapse and Revival of American Community documented how much social structures in America, the PTA, church groups, bowling leagues, have declined since the 1960s. A dominant new medium, television, had arrived to compete for people's leisure time, followed by the internet and social media. The allure of celebrities drained the energy out of civic engagement, and celebrity worship.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?